Hello everybody and welcome back to my new channel. Today we are going to be doing something a little different. Instead of continuing on the 8th video of the scripting series, we are going to be using a lot of things that we've learned to make a leaderboard. And let me show you what I mean. So if I press the play button, I haven't done anything to my base plate, nothing. So if I press the play button, let me just load this up, and as you can see, I see my character name right here. Mine is Enderwell. You will see your character name, but obviously there's nothing next to it. If you don't know, in simulator games, they have something called a cash, XP, those kind of things. And if it's something like cash, XP, and those kind of things, it's in the top right corner. So we're going to be making that. So instead of inserting a pout like we normally do, we're going to insert a script into workspace, because we don't want to make it so that when they touch a certain part, this leaderboard happens. We want to make it so that when they join the game, they see the leaderboard. And to do that, we're going to do game.players.player_added. And technically, what game.players.player_added does is so if I have anything underneath this, and the things that are underneath this will run when the characters join the game. But this function, this statement is not done yet, because we have to do a colon connect, and in Roblox Studio will automatically put into parentheses. Inside of this, you want to put in function, and you want to make another two parentheses, and inside of those, you want to do the word player. Now you've done that, you want to go down two lines, and you want to do end with a close bracket. So now we can actually start making the script to make the leaderboard. We're going to do local leader stats, and you can make this leader stats whatever you want, like local leaderboard, whatever, but make it something related to a leaderboard. So local leader stats equals to instance.new, and we're going to put it in folder. And let me tell you why we did this. Technically, we're making a variable called local leader stats, and since we put in one equal sign instead of two equal signs, it's comparing it. So one equal sign is technically assigning a value. So we're assigning a value which is instance.new. So we're inserting something in, and we're going to insert in a folder. So technically, we've learned instance.new already. So that's why we're going to use a lot of things that we learned already. So it's like refreshing your memory. But now that we insert in a folder, we want to know where this folder goes to, and we want to put it inside of the player itself, because the player is going to be the one who holds the leader stats of their character, because everybody will have different leader stats. We're going to do comma, space, and we're going to put in the word player. Now that we've done that, we're going to go down the line, and we're going to actually make like a value. And you might not know what I mean by that, but like, since we've made all leader stats, cool. Like, we've made all leader stats, but if we play our game right now, nothing will actually show up in the top right corner, and I'll tell you why in a sec. Right now, let's just play our game and see what happens. So let's just wait for this to load up, and obviously we see nothing has happened. It's just like normal, like when we did nothing to our base play at all. And the reason for that is we've not made like any value. And if you look, okay, I'll tell you what I mean now. So like in a simulator game, there's something called cash, XP, points, strength, whatever. So yeah, we haven't made that technically, so it won't show up. So technically, now what we're gonna want to do is now we're gonna actually want to make that. So we're gonna do and before we do that, we want to make a name for our leader stats. We're going to do leader stats dot name equals to, and then we're going to put speech mark / quotation. We're going to put a name in, and make sure you do this word for word, because if you don't, then this will not work. I don't know why Roblox Studio just works like this. If you type this wrong, then the entire thing won't work. So I'm just going to put in leader stats, and no capitals, nothing, just plain old leader stats, just like over here. So if you don't put that word for word, it won't work. Now what we want to do is we want to actually make our value, like I said before. So I'm going to make it cash. Local cash equals to instance.new, just like we did over here, local leader stats equals instance.new, and we're going to put in a int value. Now you might not know what this is, and I'll go into detail in it in some other videos in our scripting series. But technically, it's a number that you can access through any script you want. Like a variable, you can only access it through like if you made a variable, then you can access it through any script. But like if you know what I mean, you technically can't. But yeah, so so now we can go down and we can make a name for this. So we can make hash dot name equals to, and we can make it whatever we want. So if you want it to be XP, do that. If you want it to be points, do that. I'm just gonna make it cash. Sure, whatever. So then this int value, this won't work yet because the int value is not done. So as you see over here, we've put our folder from the leader stats into the player itself, because the player is the one that holds their own leader stats. Now we want to do the same for cash, but put it inside, but not inside of the player, but inside of the leader stats, because then the leader stats will show up, and so will it. So what we want to do is we want to put a comma space, just like over here. We want to put a comma space, and we want to put in leader stats. Now we've done that. That is technically what we need to do to make our leaderboard. Let's press play and see what happens. So, one sec. Let's just wait for my screen to work. And, one sec, guys. And when we load up, we see that it says players and it wrote, that's me, and it says cash is 0. Now what we can do is we can set our cash to anything. Like we could go down and line, and we can do cash dot value, and we can do equals to whatever. I'm just gonna make mine 100, for example. That means when I play my game, I should have 100 cash. Now, obviously, we don't want to make it so that when somebody joins in, they automatically have 100 cash. But yeah, so as you can see, we have 100 cash right here. But we don't want to make it so that when somebody joins in, it'll automatically be 100 cash. So you have to make it like a cash counter. So when they do a certain thing, the cash increases by 1. But that is for a different episode, and that is technically it for making our little leaderboard. That it'll be really useful. Now, if you want to make another one, I can just delete this. So by default, it'll just be cash.value equals to 0. So now, and dot value is technically like the value, like what it's equivalent to, like how much cash I have. So now, if I want to make another one, like another thing like cash, I can just do Control-C, copy that right there, go down the line, and then I can do Control-V. Now all I have to do is change the words. For example, it's going to be XP. So XP is, so this all works fine. Now I'm just going to change this to XP, and I'm going to change this to XP. So now if we play it, we should have 2 things. Not only cash, but cash and XP. And as I explained before, we have to do something to make it so that we have to make like a cash counter, so it'll add cash by 1. But as you can see over here, we have cash and XP. So we can make it so that there's a function, and we can make an on-touch function so that when we touch a certain part, then our leaderboard actually shows up. So we can do a lot of stuff with this leaderboard, but that's all we're going to be doing for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to smash that like button as well as the subscribe button. It would greatly help me out, and I would greatly appreciate it. So that was technically the video. I hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.